Ole, Gunnar travelled again. Is he in contention to start, or is it still too early for him this game?
Well, I'm not going to tell a team today, but we're going to have to rotate with all the games we've got coming up. And he's one of them that could start. We're not 100% decided yet.
And with Paul, I know it's ad nauseam with him, but fans are wondering when he's going to train, when he's going to be back. Is there any time frame yet? Is he any closer?
He's not been part of team training yet, so it'll depend on how he feels when he feels ready to do that. So he's not anywhere near that yet.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
You've signed Jude Odion-Igalo, the 30-year-old Nigerian striker from the Chinese league, after scoring 10 goals in 17 games. In addition, you've signed millions of Nigerians who are rooting, praying, wishing for him to succeed in Manchester United.
Yeah.
Been the first Nigerian to ever play for Manchester United.
Yeah.
Are you seeing him as a makeshift for Rashford? And how do you see him fitting into your tactical approach, knowing it's coming from a less competitive league?
Well, for me, Odeon is a different type of striker for us. He's a box striker. He is a goal scorer. We've already seen in training. He really knows his craft. He knows how to play as a centre forward, and he's a fantastic professional and human being. And he's already added to the squads. The boys have learned his song already, so they've taken to him. So I hope he's gonna sharpen up quickly, because we know he's been out of season, and he needs to do a little bit extra after training most of the time, and we try to give him as much game time as possible. Unfortunately, he didn't score against Chelsea. Had a good chance. That would have been a good start, but I'm sure he will take his chances.
Hi Ollie, just with regard to Marcus Rashford, are his chances of playing again this season better than 50-50?
I would hope he's playing this season, but it'll just be touch and go towards the end. So hopefully we can go through and get through this tournament and prolong the season.
When you say touch and go, can you explain why, please? Why?
Well, it takes time. I'm not a doctor, but obviously I was hoping that he would recover quicker than it actually looks like it's gonna be out for. So another few months, definitely.
If he doesn't play before the end of the season, that would take him out of the Euros, presumably.
Well, I would hope that he plays before then, but we're not sure. So if he's not fit enough, he won't go.
Well, we've seen you adopt the 5-3-2 formation, 3-5-2 formation so far in a few games, and it's seen Manchester United do quite well. Is that a formation that you're looking to continue with, maybe in the absence of Marcus, or is that just purely tactical, depending on what teams are playing against?
You want a couple of ways of playing. Of course, a Man United team never normally don't play with a back three. We've done well a few games, yes, and with the players we've got fit, it's a very good option in a few games, definitely. So we got plenty of midfielders who can do that position, running, attacking midfielders. We've signed Bruno, of course. We've now signed Odeon, so it gives us more options. Centre backs now a fitter. So yeah.
Hi, Andreas, can I ask you in Dutch? Nederlands? Andreas, ben je blij dat je eindelijk een keer een profwedstrijd in België kan spelen? Want je hebt hier hele geschiedenis, bent hier geboren ook.
I have to answer in
English. Sorry.
Yeah.
English?
He has to answer in English, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I'm born in Belgium and now I'm back here to play a first professional game. So I'm looking forward to it. My friends are looking forward to it, and I cannot wait for the game tomorrow.
Andreas, good afternoon. Can you firstly tell us what kind of impression Bruno Fernandes and Odion Igalo have made, and also there was an energy about the game at Chelsea. How much did the kind of 2-week winter break help kind of refocus and reset everybody?
No, it was really good. We had really good training sessions over there. We prepared really well. It was good for the team spirit as well. Bruno and Odeon, they settled in really well. They're really great lads, and they got on board very quickly. And now we're very happy that they're with us and they can do really well for us.
It looks as though you're getting a greater understanding about what Bruno can do, and also him understanding what the team does around him as well.
Yeah, so he's adapting to a new team, and we'll see play better and better each game, and hopefully Odeon, he can come in and do the same thing.
Ollie, with the Man City Champions League ban coming in, sort of they're appealing that at the moment, so there's still a chance that it might have to go to 4th place for you to qualify for the Champions League next season. Is that something that you are telling your players, that you think you've got to get 4th place, that 5th might not be enough?
At the moment, we're talking about this tournament, and we want to go through. This is we dream about winning this tournament. That would also give us a chance, of course, to if you go far. But we have to improve. We have to get better. We have to be more consistent. If we get results, we've got a chance to be in the top 4.
Ollie, can I just ask about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? He came and has had a real good reputation for tackling, for stopping goals. Obviously, we saw what he can do in the opposition third against Chelsea. What kind of stuff are you working on in that regard in terms of going forwards?
Of course, we're working on patterns, movements, relationship with strikers. It's not just the fullbacks that's going to put the cross in and practice the crossing. It's also the strikers to get in the box, fill the box with more players, because we've not been too many numbers in the box, and but Aaron's provided a few nice assists now. It gets him understanding and seeing that he has a big part to play. When you play at Man United as a fullback, you do have to provide assists. That's just part and parcel of being here. So he's getting more and more of them. We always knew he was going to be hard to beat. He's one of the best 1v1 defenders I've ever seen. But he used to be a winger, when he was younger. So he's got it in him.
Chris.
Yeah. Hi, Ollie. Hi. You weren't happy about having to play Monday and Thursday.
No.
How much can that damage your chances in this competition, and how does it impact your team selection tomorrow?
Of course it does. It has a big impact, because 2 days recovery is not a lot. Obviously, we had 2 weeks to prepare for this spell coming up, where we'll have 7 games in 21 days. So it's starting on Monday, ending on a Sunday against City. But hopefully we'll get through here, so we'll get a game every 3 days anyway. But we have a big squad. We've travelled now with 19. A couple of youngsters haven't travelled with us. A couple of injuries, but they're coming back. So I just have to make use of the squad I've got and make not too many, but many enough. So we've got a rhythm and consistency in team selection, but also in players feeling part of the team, because there's many of these that would like to play more.
Would you expect more support though from? Yeah,
of course. You would want to get a game on the Saturday before a Thursday, especially when we had 16 days off or whatever we had. But we can't complain. It is what it is, and I just mentioned it because it's not really the best of preparation. But these boys are brilliant, because they just get on with it. They're young, they're fresh, they recover quickly, and they're up for it.
Just on that, Ollie, when Jose and United won the competition a few years back, the fixture load did become huge, and obviously injuries added, and he effectively ended up prioritising the Europa League at the expense of the Premier League, because he was like, we just can't go for both competitions. Do you envisage a situation where you may have to make a call late, in the weeks and months ahead potentially?
I hope so. I hope that we can go through and that we get that problem. But as I said, I've got a squad with more or less 2 players in each position now, and I can rotate, but it's important that we keep the consistency as well. So we'd rather have too many games than not enough.
Question for Andreas. Will Bruges be a threat for Manchester United tomorrow?
I think we all know they're a very good team. They have very good players. They're top of the league in Belgium. I've watched them play against Real Madrid and when they draw in Bernabeu. So we know they have threats up front. We know they are very good players, and we prepared very well for them. And we have to be focused and very humble and to come and do a good game to win against them.
Okay, last 2 questions, Simon and David.
Andreas, back of the room. How do you feel your own form has been this season? You've got quite a lot of game time, and does Bruno coming in help you step up another level?
Yeah, I think it helps. It helps me. It helps the other midfielders as well. It's a good concurrention. I think it's important for the team, and of course I'm very happy that I played a lot of games this season. That the manager has faith in me, and I just want to do that. It's down to me now to show it on the pitch even more, and to make sure I'll play more games this season.
Okay, last question. Make it a good one.
I'm not sure there.
No pressure. I've got it now. No, you mentioned Marcus's that you hoped he'd recover quicker than he will do. What's the nature of the setback? Because what's changed in terms of the schedule of his recovery?
Well, you had a scan and it was maybe more severe, that fracture, than what we hoped for and expected, because he felt fine the few days before that. So, and I've never had anatomy in school, so I didn't know that it just takes that time to recover. But when he recovers, when it's healed, he'll be stronger for it. So it's important that we don't rush him, and then we won't do that.
Can I just ask? Erling Haaland scored twice again last night. He's a player that you were looking at last month. Is there any sense of regret that you weren't able to bring him to United, given the explosive start he's had at Dortmund?
I normally never comment on opposition players, but since I've had Erling, I'm just delighted for him. He's a top boy, absolutely fantastic kid that you want the best for, and he's started fantastically this season with Dortmund. So we just watch him, and for Norway, it's brilliant for us that we have a striker that can score a goal again.
Okay, guys, thank you.